In this video, we're going to take a look at creating an entity relationship diagram, or ERD, in MySQL Workbench. Now, in the MySQL Workbench, this kind of diagram is referred to as an enhanced entity relationship diagram, or EER diagram. And what this means is, rather than just being a static diagram, you can actually interact with the diagram to make design modifications to a database. So let's go ahead and see how to do this. So with our workbench fired up and we're connected, I'm connected to a local server here. I'm going to go to the database menu and I'm going to select reverse engineer. Now, the reverse engineering does many things, right? You can get the data out of a database and its design and import it to a new database if you like. Or, as we're going to use it, you can just interact with the EER diagram. So once I get the first dialog box open here, if I have a different connection I'm trying to make, I would enter it here. I'm just going to leave it as my local host, and it's probably going to prompt you for a password. It may not. And then once it connects and you hit next, you're going to get a list of all the available databases. So technically you could select them all and generate ERDs for each one of them. I am going to just click one, and it doesn't really matter which one I'm connecting to here. I'm just connecting to one that has several tables in it, but not too many, so our diagram isn't too busy. I'm going to hit next, and it's going to do its thing. We're going to click through a few screens here, and eventually, right in the background, you're going to see sort of some graph paper graphic here, and I'm going to get through and hit finish. So here's that diagram, here's that database. All right, it doesn't really look great. So what we can do is just kind of click on the tables and start moving them around, and you can make the diagram look however you want. So once you get it the way you want it to look, if that's all you're interested in doing, we can go up to File and Save or Export, right? So we could save it to be able to come back to this, and we'd have to give it a name if we do that. Or we can simply export it as some kind of a graphic, okay? All right, so I am using the community version of Workbench, and so this is disconnected from the database. But if I want, I can create a new database based on this, and I can change the design if needed here. All right, so in order to do that, I can double click on one of the tables. Okay, so we can see all of the attributes in that particular table. We can see what's primary. All right, and then if I click the down arrow there, I can get at the individual level of each column and start making changes to that if I need to. Okay, I'm just going to close this window so we can get our diagram back on the page. And if you needed to modify relationships, right, I can click on a relationship and delete it or modify it if I need to. All right, and then, yep, if I need to add columns to a table or something like that, I can do that right in this window here. All right, but like I said, it is not making changes to the existing database. All right, so if you're interested in doing that, we have to go to the next step, and it's probably not recommended that you directly go into a database with the same name on your local server. So what I'm going to do is double click on the database over here, the name here, and I'm going to change it, and I'll just hang new off the end. Okay, and then I'm going to click rename references. Okay, so now we have a new diagram, all right, and if I go ahead and execute a forward engineer, I'm going to be able to create a new database based on whatever design changes I've made, all right, and obviously I didn't make any design changes here. All I did was move the table around on the diagram. All right, so we're going to go back to this database menu here, and I'm going to go forward engineer. Okay, same sort of dialog box here. And, we have a bunch of references here. We're not going to get the data when I do this. All right, so generating the insert statements isn't going to do anything for me at this point. I'm just going to hit next and again, maybe log in. And we'll just get through the wizard. But here's the SQL it's going to generate to make our new database. and I'll hit next. Okay, and you should get this message. If you don't get this message, then obviously we have to go through and probably troubleshoot a little bit. All right, but all we did was reverse engineer, move some table references around on the diagram, and hit forward engineer, so we shouldn't have any problems with that. All right, and then if I go back to my script window here, if I refresh, we have our database there, and then we'll just make sure that it works. Okay, and so we see that, okay, we have a new database, has all the relationship constraints in there, and all the columns and data types from the original Mississippi database. All right, there's one more option we can do here, and I don't really recommend this, but I'm going to show it anyway just for completeness. And to do this, I'm going to name my database back to its original name, okay? And essentially what we can do is make a live connection to this database, all right? And if I do this, all right, any design changes that I make over here, column names, data types, whatever it is, adding new columns, changing relationships, they're going to get pushed through to the existing database, okay? And the way we do this is instead of forward engineering, we're going to synchronize our model. And this dialog box should look pretty familiar. I'm going to move through here, and it's a pretty simple database, so I don't have any stored procedures or triggers or anything like that in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit next, and once again log in. So once you get to the next window, right, you're going to select the database that you want to synchronize to. So I'm just going to select our Mississippi. I'm going to make sure that it's the right database, right, selected from our drop-down list, and then I'm going to hit next, and we should have our connection to the database. All right, and if there were changes, I would push them through with update model. I'll just cancel. Okay, and then the last thing that I'm going to talk about is, okay, what do we do when we're done? If I close the diagram, okay, I can bring it back if I'm in this model window. All right, so I just double click and bring back what I have. All right, if I close this model window, I'm going to lose all the work that I've done. All right, so in order to prevent that from happening, right, we can save it out to some file, and depending on what you want to do, we could just get our file name out there. And if I want to load this again at some point, right, I can open an existing model and work with that. Okay, so hopefully that helps you get started using the EER diagram in MySQL Workbench.